where you kind of relieved because you kind of know what your market is, you know what your customer is, and so you kind of because I have to imagine that when you first start, you kind of got to find your niche, your area, right?
Absolutely.
And that's the biggest part I think when you open into any business is trying to figure out what works.
It's very true. I mean, and not just, I mean, I said we like to have things that are trendy, but it's not just following the trends. It's definitely trying to find things that
and
people
forecast,
are interested in, that
forecast.
they're looking at for, and also we have a high level of tourism in our area.
Yeah.
So I mean, a lot of people are visiting, but they may come back a couple times a year, and every time they come back, they'll come in. But so it takes a while to figure out exactly who our customer is, who wants to shop there, what kinds of things they're looking for. And then I think we're constantly adjusting that. Because that's what you do.
And the thing is, it's a boutique, but she has things for men,
mm-hmm.
women, and children.
Yes.
So I think I kind of get that established because, pink and navy, pink and navy to me implies boy and girl, but because of the colors, but sometimes I don't think people realize that you do have things that are for all people.
We do, yeah.
And what's your major demographic though? If you had to?
I would say probably like women from like 20s to like 50s.
That's quite the range. That's quite the range. But I was just gonna say, tourism. That's who they're like. You just mentioned
with
the spring
moms,
breakers, and you got the spring breakers coming.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a certain select group of population. And then like right now in season, that's another subset of population. So that's I would find that kind of difficult to try to, but I guess you kind of got to know what your seasons are, and then you kind of forecast that.
And we try and adjust the inventory a little during different times of the year. Spring break, we know we have to have a lot of Pura Vida because that's what they're all going to come out and buy, But I mean, I think our range is so wide because it's spring break for families. It's not like college students spring break. So it really is like moms and daughters shopping.
Okay.
So that's why we have that wide range.
Yeah.
Because they're going with other friends and family and stuff and doing it. So
how much I know your daughter worked for it. How much do you draw on their knowledge, your children's knowledge in terms of how having to stock and their friends?
So my daughter has zero interest in clothes.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, she's all about theater and everything. She doesn't wear makeup anytime other than when she's in the theater, and clothes are just functional.
Yeah.
So I think she can be your daughter.
I was just about to say that's about how I am. You're describing me.
I know you've said that before. So I'm like, she can be
You're describing me.
She did work at my store and several of her friends, and that was the best because right when I started, I got to hire a bunch of them, and I had them for a couple of years. Now so many of them have graduated and they're in college, but they've been a huge help. I mean, they're great at helping me pick out things for the store. Vendors will come in and with racks of clothes, and they'll help me like do orders and everything. More Anna's friends, not her so much. But it was a really neat opportunity to get to have her work there and have her friends. I mean, I love all her friends. They're all so great. All of them,
I do.
Too.
They are great. A bunch of great kids. Very blessed to have a bunch of great kids around.
So that was neat. And I asked Anna once, and she was like, I don't know if I like working here that much. And I said, well, find another job. I'm totally fine with it. Yeah. She said, nobody else is as flexible with my theater schedule as you are.
That's what's important. Mom,
theater. Okay. But yes, I do. And even now I've hired somebody new who's focusing on my online because we really wanted to try and grow that part, and she's 24, so I mean she's great.
The blog, and she's going to get all that good stuff.
Perspective, and so it's nice.
So I was just about to ask you what's next for Pink and Navy, and it sounds like number one is you want to get the online.
Yeah, we were looking at either doing a second location.
I was going to ask you that,
and I was pursuing that and looking at a couple places, and then I decided I should consider online. I wasn't giving online enough attention. I decided to consider that my second store.
Okay.
So I'm all in on the online as my second store. And then after we get that really going, I do want to do another physical location.
So we're going to have, am I hearing that we're going to have a Pink and Navy, a few franchises?
Maybe. I don't know about franchise.
That'd be great. That'd be great.
But definitely, I would like to have more than one location.
Yeah.
It's fun.
So
I like business. I like clothes. So
it's a win-win.
It's a win-win.
So Amy, we're in the thick of, or the beginning of Women's History Month.
Mm-hmm.
In closing out, if you had to give some words of advice to women, a big part of my demographics are people much like you and I, moms, some stay-at-home moms, some workers, but sometimes I think people get to a certain age, and that's whether you're a stay-at-home mom or whether you are gainfully employed outside of the house. You get to a certain age where you want to take the attention not necessarily away from your kids and your family, but you kind of feel like you're at a position in your life where you can kind of explore some things. Mm-hmm. What would you say to women who are afraid? Because that was a big leap of faith, right? You completely threw yourself into a completely different area, and you're very successful at it. What would you say to those women who may be on the fence and thinking about doing something along those lines? But then what do you think helped keep you focused, and what made you so successful in the transition?
Well, I mean, it is scary.
It is.
It is scary no matter what. But I was 48 when I decided to do it. I think we should all feel like we're never too old to just start something brand new.
Now that's important.
To change ourselves.
That's important.
Keep becoming who we want to be in our lives. We're not done just because our kids are growing up and we're getting older. We're not done. And also there's really no time like the present,
I love that.
Do it. Just go for it. Obviously, make sure it's a calculated risk.
Yeah.
But go for it, because there's not going to be another time to do it. There's not going to be an easier time to do it later. And to just go for it now or whenever the time's right, when the kids are getting a little bit older and you have time to refocus on some things that you want to do for yourself. Yeah. I mean, we need to retain who we are. We need to develop who we are. We want to continue growing throughout our lives. And sometimes making a big change like that can be the right thing to do to help you grow as an individual.
I love it. I love it. Well, first, I want to thank you because I know you are extremely busy. You have new employees. You're growing. And I can't wait to see, first of all, the online store off and running, but then our whole idea of you coming up with other locations, that's huge, and that's very, very proud of you. And again, I'm always interested in see when people make a totally different detour to do something else and then they're wildly successful. So we appreciate you stopping by. Hey, if you want to check out some of the things that she provides at Pink and Navy Boutique, I'm going to give you the website. And are people able to order stuff like online right now?
You can order off our website, and also if you follow us on Instagram or Facebook, Pink and Navy Boutique.
Okay.
You can order right from Facebook and Instagram.
There you have it.
Little places to click on items and buy right from there also.
All right, and her website is www.pinkandnavy.com, and it's a beautiful website. It's fun, it's hip, it's trendy, and people here have nothing but great things to say about the new Pink and Navy because you've done an amazing job. Well, that kind of wraps our time up for now. If you have just tuned in or if you missed any part of this broadcast, you can go and listen to it in its entirety at www.societybitesradio.com. And you can also catch it on my website, www.thepinkpowerhouse.com. I'd like to thank Amy again. I know she's going to head right back over to the store. I appreciate her for coming here, and I appreciate you guys for listening and connecting again with us as we do a new reboot and rebirth of the Pink Powerhouse Show. That's it for us today. We'll catch you next time. In the meantime, you guys stay healthy, loving, and supportive of one another. Bye-bye.
Dance, laugh, sing, play every day.